it's just been such a long time since I've got to do this.
So what have you got hooked up here?
Well, I'm not completely sure. It's part of a raster that's been turned 90 degrees, and I've got oscillators that are controlling the blanking circuitry. So you're just getting all sorts of interesting patterns.
Well, why would you want to do that?
Because it looks cool. That's the only reason I'm doing it.
I'm just trying to think of questions people make.
So I just added another oscillator.
So you
But
actually,
they keep popping out of here.
you actually had that whole patch panel memorized
Do you have the...
and used it on a daily basis, right?
Oh yeah, it's all coming back too, which was kind of scary. Let's see what we got.
That's cool.
Ooh, baby. That's a good one.
Nice little loop.
What do you call that?
Joints in space.
Green, no, I don't know.
Sharp.
Don't they look like joints?
See, now at this point I could reach. So you're the client,
Yeah.
and you say, geez, those look like joints, make them a little fatter.
Yeah. Can we,
So now I gotta figure out how to do
Well,
that.
we need those
So
joints
no, so I'm
rolling.
sitting here and,
how can we add smoke?
alright, so now they're bigger.
Oh, smoke. That's a
More
couple of.
smoke.
That's a
Right,
couple
more
of
smoke.
thousand
But-
extra.
But the entire day was you're being asked questions by someone who may or may not understand the technology or art or you know, anything, and it's just was our job to just deal with it.
Right. Yeah. Is that okay?
So I don't think I could do that now, but you know, that's I'm just was pointing out an example
Oh,
of
yeah.
the way we used to work.
Definitely.
So the rotation still is working, which is amazing to me.
It all pretty much works. It may not be tweaked and zeroed as well as it could be.
Nice.
Cool. That was a nice move.
See, it's off axis, and I used to.
Okay, so we're the client.
Okay.
You're like, wow, that was a nice move.
So, is there a convenient way to defocus something? What is it? Is that give it a crank?
Give it a crank.
Oh, and then it's just sort of
All right,
fade
stop,
away.
stop.
Oh,
That's
yes,
good.
fade away.
So that's not feedback or anything like that. It's,
But it needs to stop when it's all the way. Or, yeah, change it to something. That's what
So that's just oscillators going to blanking.
yeah, yeah. I found the comparators.
So you've got oscillators feeding oscillators feeding oscillators.
Well, oscillator 3 is multiplying oscillator 2.
I like that, yeah.
Yeah, those do feel heavy. Yep.
No, 3 is oscillating. 3 is the multiplier for oscillator 1, and oscillator 1 and that one multiplied together are the multiplier of number 2.
Ah.
Video thing, you know? But they do nice transitions with all these loops.
Yeah.
They have to have both
Like
high
you said,
and
it
low
feels heavy, so
frequencies
like in a metaphor, like what is that? You know?
in
So
order
you're,
to
like,
be
creating
able to
something
cut
that-
the raster
Yeah, like
blanking
it's-
wise horizontally or vertically.
Right.
So you got to be a real high frequency to cut it, you know, against the grain.
And you multiplied them together? Is that
Yeah, these 3 are all multiplied. It's 3 is a multiplier input to 1,
right?
and those 2 are the multiplier input to 2, and
Right.
2's in some weird.
And so then
Phase
this is just going
relationship.
down to a comparator.
Well, it's getting summed and added with a bias. There's actually a bias going into one of the multipliers, and then that whole voltage package is just coming down here, and whenever it crosses 0, the state of this output changes. And so it's either on or it's off, and that's what's feeding blanking.
Awesome.
Now I'm done. I'm just overwhelmed. I can't believe how much fun that is. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
So you can have it good, fast, or cheap. You pick any two, and we can deal with it. You can't have all three.
Good one.
So corn on the cob would be thinner. All right.
Yeah, we had
Nice.
fat cob there.
Well, I was thinking of making a nice sort of a text reveal on the lower third thing.
Now, can you turn that into a snake shedding its skin? Nice. That's pretty sweet. Oh yeah. Like that.
Can you sharpen it up? Are we in focus?
Coming right up.
Whoa. There you go. I thought it was my eyes just getting blurry.
You're just getting old.
So there's your lower third.
And you'd use a lower third just as like a platform or a base or a stage or just the horizon.
We put that inside a title and have the
Somebody's-
title go
if some-
across.
Yeah, if somebody's talking to you, bring this up and kind of run on top of that, another text.
Okay. Yep.
See, the other thing is I'm already very
Yeah.
bored with the green. And
Yeah.
the colorizer is right here. It's like, come on now. Let me
So then you turn
there's
that
a
to
whole
color.
other dimension to this machine,
Well,
which is colorizing its output,
right.
which we're not getting to do
Well,
here at all.
and it's like I was telling Joey, I think the next time he comes here, we should just turn on the other machine and do everything in standard def NTSC. We're better equipped to do that now than we ever were. Like at Image West, I've got a kaleidoscope, I've got digital disc recorders instead of ETRs, you know. So how long has it been since you ran Scanimate?
'85, we figured out.
If it was 1985, how many years is that?
30.
30.
It couldn't have been that long. That was just a little bit ago. you
I
know?
keep telling myself the same thing, and it never works.
Well, we're out of oscillators already. So.
What's that called, Sue?
You better ask Roy. Only he knows what he's doing.
This is true.
So Roy, with
No, floating.
the colorizer, now if you make it orange, can you make certain sections orange and other sections not?
No, the way it worked, it was the brightness was what determined what to be what color.
Okay.
So, I can sort of see that there's maybe 3 shades of green here.
Okay.
So you could make the brightest one be dark red,
Gotcha.
the middle one be blue,
Shades of
the
green.
ones in the back you could make be some other color
Mhm.
on a black background.
Cool.
Or some other background.
Okay.
But that was it. And,
And
they
it
were
was
actually
real easy to make sucky colors.
and good ones because they were real nice little blending tools for
Yeah.
where the threshold was, how big it was, which
And you could mix how much analog versus...
yes, you could mix the analog version back in with the colorized version.
Very nice.
So, this
Well, I guess we'll just have to give up on the Starfield.
is on the what?
Starfield.
Well, I did.
It was a challenge. I just thought I'd see if you would take it up.
That's cool.
See, this is this oscillator too, the one that can rephase on different numbers of horizontal intervals.
Yeah. Yeah, Ed Teichman was talking about that stuff. That people would just say, well, can you make it do this? Can you make it do
That's
that?
really interesting.